What's going on, true believers? It's your man Keanu Believes. If you want the absolute truth about cryptocurrency and what's really going on in the market, then this is the place to find out. If you like making money, you like crypto, then this is the place for you. We cover all kinds of different subjects from the realm of the Keanu Inu cryptocurrency, but we're focused on the actual market and not what the media is telling us to think. So like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Also click the bell to be notified of new content. And this is definitely not financial advice, but I'm always right. Okay, guys, let's get after it. First, Keanu's trading at 12.25. That's down 4.91% from yesterday. Did you see what was going on with Kishu? Now, I don't want to rant about that, but oh my goodness. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on yesterday. The market is right now in the final stages of crypto winter. And after that, retail investors, it's on us. We got to make something happen. But a lot of people have been asking me why things are the way they are. Why do I keep saying things about this day? What is it that's going on? So I want to take you guys back in time to the day before the crypto crash, which was May 19th. On May the 18th, a guy anonymously on 4chan, known as China will recycle used white guys. Hey guys, Insider here. For those of you that are not busy moo bobo LARPing and paying attention, there will be another announcement from China soon. Picture semi-related. Can't tell you guys what firm I work for, but it's massive. It's working with the PRC, that's the People's Republic of China. The purpose of today's press release, alongside all of the FUD posting, is to get Bitcoin as low as it can get before 7 a.m. UCT. First, there will be a coordinated sell-off to drop the prices below a certain threshold and liquidate one certain stakeholder. You know, by the way, that was Elon Musk. We know that now. Once liquidated, the plan is to then buy up all the reserves and essentially leave him bankrupted. They couldn't do that. If you want to get rich, grab some coffee and watch the big dip. Once it happens, things are going to get green really fast. We project 70K. Now, the initial plan was People's Republic of China, and this guy, who we later learned was Goldman Sachs, was trying to tank the market in a concerted effort. Remember, there's no regulation in the crypto industry, so they can do basically whatever they want. They wanted to tank the market. They wanted to bankrupt Elon Musk. Then they wanted to create a very low buy-in point so that people could, quote unquote, get rich. Now, that's where this started. Then the thread continues for a little while. The same guy, which you will note, is making additional comments. It all depends on how many other firms are liquidated in the process. This is going to be big and fast. 35K limit order if you want to be safe, but you can probably go as low as 31.25K. Yes, UTC typo, yes. This has a lot to do with what will happen tonight. Another person chimes in, says, I'm the insider you seek. I don't have much time. Everything is according to plan. It is too soon to tell, but the schedule has changed due to non-compliance greed from another party. The operation has been pushed back to 1 p.m. UTC. Expect 30K. That's a guarantee. NASDAQ will take a slight hit in the pre-market. It will most likely drop a point by the time market closes. That's my personal opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. This bull run all-time high tops out well above 100K. Do not trust the FUDs. This movement is just a silly game that the elites are playing. It will be over soon. I must go now. Why does everything always happen around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? Fine, I will answer this last thing. Now, this is cut off because it wasn't that important, but the answer to that was because 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is 3 p.m. That is the time things happen in Beijing. There's a 12-hour time differential. So what you're seeing play out in the middle of nights when a market goes sour is because China, or to some extent Europe, or Middle Eastern countries are playing with the market in some fashion. That's why you see giant fluctuations. Now, because it wasn't important at the time, and since all of this stuff has since been deleted, there were additional comments, and you're going to have to take this on spec from me. there were additional comments that were indicating that the whole thing had been extended and that the final play was going to be on July 16th. And that's today. So, what we're going to see today is probably the play out. And everybody who's an analyst and anybody who was paying attention yesterday saw a huge bear push. And it all looked to any trained or untrained eye as a coordinated attack on the crypto market, specifically Bitcoin. And it looked like somebody was trying to massively suppress the Bitcoin price. Why does all of this matter? Well, it matters because today seems to be the end of it. Now, that doesn't mean that it is 100% the end, because we got to deal with a few more things, and I'm going to get into that later. But guys, if you never saw this before and you're just seeing all this kind of stuff now, you can look at the dates, you can zoom in, you can take screen grabs. All of this happened one day, and really it was about 12 hours before everything played out. So leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you're thinking at this point. We can talk about it, but it was really happening. And with apologies to some people, I didn't understand what was going on. I saw this, and I actually saw it later the night of the 18th, and I just didn't realize what was going on, and I was not sure how we were going to be affected in the Keanu verse. I had no idea how that was going to play out. So, my bad. Anyway, let's move on. So, some other news today. China releases an ECNY white paper, says cryptos have no value and pose risks. Did you hear what I just said? China says cryptos have no value and pose risks, but they want you to buy digital yen from their banks. Now, why would they want you to buy digital yen if digital yen has no value and pose risks? Because digital yen is simply digital fiat now. They are trying to manipulate the market. They do not want cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency represents freedom. It represents a break from the control structure that is imposed on you if you are in China. And they are not going to tolerate that. That's why you're seeing the news playing out like it is in this regard. Now, if you think I'm wrong, that makes you wrong. And remember, I'm always right. I know what I'm talking about. That's what's happening here. So let's move on. Guys, leave a comment down below if you like it. If you don't like it, you can agree. We can agree to disagree, but you shouldn't let people know that you're that wrong. All right, moving on. Bitcoin heads for its worst weekly close in over a month. Should the cryptocurrency close at or below current prices, that would represent the steepest weekly sell-off since June 14. And guys, that is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to see the worst close in Bitcoin in a very long time. The trading volume is in the 60 to 67 billion range. It doesn't seem to be creeping up into the high 80s, which is what we really kind of want to see. And the reason for that is very simple. People are scared. We are in FUD territory. Now, when I say this, I don't mean that people are not still accumulating, because what's happening is whales have been accumulating in record numbers. And in fact, one of the biggest Bitcoin wallets from 2012 is accumulating again. Now, why would something that's been dormant for 9 years suddenly start accumulating a whole bunch of Bitcoin? It's because the market's about to take off. Now, they know it, and they can sit on it, and they're going to have to sit on it for just a little while. I'm going to explain that in just a few minutes. But at press time, this is where we are. Should the current candle close at or below this level, that would mark the steepest weekly sell-off since June 14th, and that is what's going to happen. Thursday's drop was Bitcoin's biggest in over 10 days, as it fell once again alongside the U.S. equities market. Now, making all of this stuff easier is the fact that inflation in America is starting to creep up. And when I say creep up, I am underselling it. Things are getting more expensive, and that's causing a little bit of fear in every market, which then, of course, comes over here. Now, if you're an investor and you're a Wall Street investor and you are trying to make money and you're trying to do it safely because you are responsible for somebody else's money, then what you are going to do is you're going to take out all of the money that you have in the highest risk assets that you have. And cryptocurrency is the highest risk asset that there is in the Wall Street portfolio. So that's where you see the money start to leave, and that's where you see it go into the stock market, and then that's where you see it get pulled back from some of the higher risk stocks in the stock market, and that's why you start to see all of these levels start to decline. It's investor fear. So it'll take a little time for us to move beyond investor fear, but we're going to move away from artificial suppression very shortly. So guys, I don't know how you feel about this, but leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Moving on. Cryptocurrency trading volumes decreased 40% in June. Anybody who's tracking the market, anybody who sees anything in the market, you know exactly what they're saying, and you know that it's been real. Crypto trading volumes decreased significantly in June, according to the data from Crypto Compare, a price and volume tracking organization. Volumes traded diminished by at least 40% month on month, with spot and derivative trading both suffering due to the mining and trading crackdown in China, amongst other factors. The resulting volatility seems to have made many traders lose interest. So what they're telling you is people are sitting on the sidelines and they're waiting for something to happen. But nothing is going to happen until something happens. Now, the thing that needs to happen is the move today. So we're going to see some suppression. Remember, I'm not the only person that knows about this. People who pay attention to these markets, they all know about this. So I'm not the only person that's going to be out here talking about it today. Some people are going to be surprised and they're going to start to comment like, wow, we are seeing some active manipulation in the market. If you went to sleep last night, and I'll tell you what happened to me. I went to bed a little bit early last night and the market was sitting at $1.305 trillion. I woke up a little while later, and just by the way, I don't know why, but I passed out watching some TV around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Chinese market had gotten in. They had pushed the market up from 1.301 to 1.305 when I went to sleep. So I passed out, woke up around 11 o'clock. When I woke up at 11 o'clock, the market was at 1.317 trillion, which means that a bunch of money's being put in the market. And I started feeling a little comfortable. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not happening. Maybe it's not going to be going on. This is China Friday. This is the day the PRC and Goldman Sachs, and this is the day that everybody's going to get in on it. So I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning, and when I woke up this morning, there was a giant crater, and we were at $1.268 trillion in the market, which means that we shed overnight another $50 billion. And that comes from an extreme, almost paralyzing level of fear in the marketplace. And you can look right now and you can see the market cap is now 1.284 trillion. So some money's going back in, but it's not going to stay. We're going to have to deal with this right here, which is a giant suppression. And if you're interested, guys, if you're interested, go watch what goes on with Bitcoin all day and watch those candles start to go up and down. You are going to start seeing some massive sell-offs, and they're going to start real soon, because as I'm recording this, it's 8 a.m., which means that it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. So the New York Stock Exchange is open for business, and all of these investors that do this stuff, they are at work, and they are waiting for the moment to start doing this. So it's going to happen. We're going to have to deal with it, and then we're going to have to move on. Now, what does all that mean? Well, let's talk about that. What that means is you are now going to have a lot of people that are very nervous about what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. There's going to be a lot of people who are not really sure what to do and where to put their money. And the first thing that's going to happen is Bitcoin is going to eat. Are you hearing me? Bitcoin is going to eat. If you don't like that, too bad. That's the way that it is. We might see a little bit of a breakaway from Ethereum to Bitcoin, but it's not going to be substantial because it does not work like that yet. It will one day, but today is not going to be that day. We're going to see some dynamic selling. Once that dynamic selling is out of the way, we're then going to see a lot of nervous investors. So when I say this is done, and it could be done in the course of a couple of hours, once Bitcoin really starts to drive down, and once you start to see the bears push Bitcoin down, it's going to be a make or break moment. To be perfectly honest with you, if you follow the Wyckoff schematic, then you will see that we are in the phase where Bitcoin goes parabolic. Since that's the new keyword, that's the one we're going to use. Bitcoin's going to go parabolic, and we are all going to get sent. Now, when you look at the news, when you look at what's really happening in the world, then you know that that is the likely outcome. You know that that's probably the way things are going to play out. But there's another side to this. And the other side to this is that people have had enough. Back in January, we became a stimmy economy, and a lot of people took their stimulus check. They made themselves a good deal of money. Now they are happy with the money that they made, and they have now moved on. Those investors are no longer here, and they probably won't get back in, or they may not get back in. We don't know yet, because we are literally in a new frontier in the crypto market. This is something the likes of which we haven't seen. We have not seen corporate suppression of this level before. We've not seen institutional adoption, the likes of which we've seen in the last little while, whether it be El Salvador, Paraguay, any of these other places that are adopting cryptocurrency. Great positive news, but that is institutional, and that means the institutions will have to have more control. Now, the good part of that is that it should start to drive up the market with good news. The bad part about that is decentralized is no longer decentralized. That's now centralized. And the decentralized, from this point going forward, that's probably Ethereum. So we're going to see a lot of crazy things happening in the next 30 to 60 days. And I don't know that tomorrow we're going to wake up and we're not going to have a green world. We're going to have a crater from what goes on today. And then after that, then the healing begins. But the healing can't begin immediately because people are nervous. They don't know what's going on. And remember, I'm trying to inform you the best I can, but nobody really knows, because if another deal is made in the background and nobody's talking about it, nobody's telling you about it, then we have no idea. All we know is that we're in the middle of some more manipulation. So what we have to do is be faithful investors. Show your product. Tell people what it is. Let's get more people involved. The market is still going to be the market. But when we don't have that downward bearish manipulation of the type that institutional control can put on you, then we will slowly start to rise, and people will start to see that, and then they will start to come back. The money is still in USD Tether. I think if anybody has been following Tether or USDC or DAI, if you are following any of that in any of the markets, you will see enormous amounts of money there. And it's because people are holding and they don't want to lose, and they know that this market is going to make them lose. So, guys, comment down below. Tell me what you think. I think I'm right about this. I think that today we will start to move on from this crater that's been created. I think that we are in a position now where we get to heal, rebuild, and move on. In the Keanu universe, we got Max Sean. And we got Snoop Dogg watching Max Sean on Instagram live, getting ready for the Keanu concert. Are you kidding? Guys, things are going to happen that are going to be really good. There's more deals coming down the pipeline. There's more stuff coming down the pipeline. There's things that we can't talk about. There's things that we can talk about. This is going to be massive. But we're going to have to experience the pain of probably the next few days and the next few FUD sentiments and the drain, because some people are just going to get out. They're not informed. They don't know. I've got about 500, 700 people that are going to watch every day. Some days it's going to be 200 and 300. So only a select few of us are going to be informed. So manage your money accordingly. Be faithful investors, and we're going to get through this. So guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and We will see you on the other side. Have a good day.
Make my shit the chronic. Drive around the world like Haley's Comet. Headed to the moon shaped like an omelet. And I'm just way too high to comment. Maybe we can dance under meteor showers. I wonder what a spaceship costs by the hour. On my good foot, cut a rug with a Martian. Rolling up plants that we picked just to spark them. How in the world you get this far? Do you really know where you are? I can see you brought that sack. Can I get a little hit off that? You're a long, long way from home. If you're lost, you can use my phone. But if you ever come back, just ask for Big Willie the Martian.